Chosen ones, God is trying to get your attention right now, and this urgent update is no coincidence. You're standing at a divine crossroads where the creator of the universe is calling your name, ready to reveal a message that will shift your life forever. This isn't just another moment, it's a sacred signal, a moment where heaven itself is reaching out to guide you into a new chapter of purpose, power, and unshakable peace. Your spirit already feels it, doesn't it? That stirring deep within, that knowing that something extraordinary is unfolding. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear will confirm what your soul has been whispering all along. You've been walking a path that feels different, haven't you? A road where others might see obstacles, but you see opportunities. That's because God has marked you as His chosen, set apart for a destiny that transcends the ordinary. This urgent message is about recognizing the signs He's been placing in your life, those moments that feel too perfectly timed to be random, those whispers of intuition that guide you when logic alone isn't enough. God is speaking, and He's not shouting from a distant mountain. He's right here, in the quiet of your heart, in the synchronicities you can't explain, in the doors that open when you least expect it. The question is, are you listening? Think about the times you've felt a nudge, a pull towards something greater. Maybe it was a dream that wouldn't leave you, a conversation that sparked a fire, or a moment of clarity that cut through the noise of your daily life. These aren't accidents, they're divine invitations, God's way of saying, I see you, and I'm ready to move you into something bigger. As His chosen one, you're not meant to drift through life, caught in the currents of doubt or fear. You're meant to rise, to step into a calling that's been written in the stars since before you were born. Psalm 139:16 says, Your eyes, O my unformed body, all the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. Your life is no mistake, it's a masterpiece, and God is urging you to see it. This message is your wake-up call. God is trying to get your attention because the time for hesitation is over. You've been preparing, growing, and enduring trials that have shaped you into a vessel for His purpose. Every challenge you faced, every moment you thought you couldn't go on, was a step toward this very moment. You're stronger now, not because of what you've done, but because of what God has done through you. He's been refining you, stripping away what no longer serves you, so you can carry the weight of the blessings He's about to pour out. Are you ready to receive them? Right now, I want to pause and thank you for being here. Your presence, your energy, your faith, it's making a difference. If this message is speaking to your heart, consider supporting this work through super thanks. Your generosity helps carry this light to others who need it, and it means the world to this mission. Now, let's keep going because God's message for you is just getting started. Picture a river, steady and strong, flowing toward a destination you can't yet see. That's your life right now. God is the current, guiding you, moving you toward a place of abundance and clarity. But sometimes, the river feels turbulent waves of doubt, fear, or confusion crash around you. Those moments aren't meant to drown you, they're meant to teach you how to swim. God is using every twist and turn to show you your strength, to remind you that you're not just surviving, you're thriving. His attention is on you, chosen one, because you're ready to step into the fullness of His plan. Look at Moses, standing before the burning bush in Exodus 3. He was a man who felt unworthy, a shepherd with a past full of mistakes. Yet God chose him, spoke to him directly, and gave him a mission that changed history. That burning bush wasn't just a spectacle. It was God saying, I'm here, and I need your attention. Your life has its own burning bushes moments that demand you stop and listen. Maybe it's a feeling you can't shake, a door that's opening, or even this video right now. God is calling you to notice, to act, to trust that He's leading you somewhere extraordinary. What makes you different, chosen one, is your ability to hear Him when others might miss it. You've always had a sensitivity to the divine, a way of seeing beyond the surface. That's why God is pressing in now, urging you to pay attention. He's not asking you to figure it all out on your own. He's asking you to trust, to take the next step, to believe that the path He's laid out is leading you to a life of purpose and impact. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." That promise is yours, and it's unfolding right now. So what does it mean to answer this call? It means letting go of the weight you've been carrying, the doubts, the fears, the voices that tell you you're not enough. God's attention is on you because you are enough. You've always been enough. Every step you've taken, every tear you've shed, every prayer you've whispered, it's all been leading to this moment. You're not just a bystander in your own story. You're the hero, chosen by God to carry His light into a world that desperately needs it. Let's talk about the signs God is sending you. They're not always loud or obvious. Sometimes they're in the quiet moments, a stranger's kind word, a sudden opportunity, a feeling of peace that comes out of nowhere. These are God's fingerprints, His way of saying, "I'm with you." Think of Elijah in 1 Kings 19, waiting for God's voice. He didn't find it in the wind, the earthquake, or the fire, but in a gentle whisper. God is speaking to you in those whispers, urging you to trust the path He's lighting up for you. Your life is a canvas, and God is the artist. Every stroke, every color, every detail has been placed with purpose. Even the moments that felt like mistakes or failures were part of His design, shaping you into the chosen one you are today. You're not defined by your past, you're defined by His promise. And right now, He's calling you to step into a new season, one where His blessings overflow, where your purpose becomes clear, and where your life becomes a testament to His power. This isn't about chasing success or wealth for its own sake. It's about aligning with God's will, letting His abundance flow through you to bless others. When you answer His call, you're not just transforming your own life, you're becoming a beacon for those around you. Your faith, your courage, your trust in His plan will inspire others to seek Him too. That's the power of a chosen one. Your life becomes a living testimony, a light that can't be hidden. Now, imagine standing at the edge of a new chapter. The old you, the one who doubted, who struggled, who wondered if you'd ever make it, is fading away. God is calling you to step forward, to embrace the person He's always meant you to be. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you've always been. You're His creation, fearfully and wonderfully made, chosen for a purpose that's bigger than you can imagine. Psalm 139:14 reminds us, "I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well." God's urgent message is this: you're ready. The trials you've faced have prepared you. The doubts you've overcome have strengthened you. The prayers you've prayed have been heard. Now is the time to act, to trust, to move forward with boldness. He's not asking you to have all the answers. He's asking you to take His hand and walk into the unknown, knowing that He's already gone before you. If this message is stirring something in you, if you feel God's call ringing in your spirit, I invite you to declare it. Comment 777 below as a sign that you're ready to answer his call, that you're stepping into his plan with faith. And if you're moved to support this message, consider using super thanks. Your generosity helps spread this truth to others who need to hear it. Let's keep moving forward, because God's not done with you yet. Think about Joseph, sold into slavery, thrown into prison, forgotten by those he helped. Yet God's hand was on him, guiding him through every trial to a position of power in Egypt. Genesis 50:20 says, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Your story is no different. The challenges you've faced weren't meant to break you, they were meant to build you. God is using every moment to prepare you for a purpose that will impact lives. This urgent update is about recognizing that God's plan is already in motion. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment or the perfect circumstances. He's calling you now, in the middle of your mess, in the middle of your questions. He's saying, "I've got you, and I'm leading you to a place of victory." Your job isn't to figure out how it's all going to work, it's to trust that it will. What's holding you back? Is it fear, doubt, the opinions of others? God's attention is on you because he knows you're stronger than all of that. You've been through the fire, and you've come out refined, not burned. Isaiah 43:2 says, "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned." That's his promise to you, chosen one. You're untouchable because he's with you. Every step you take from this moment forward is a step into his purpose. You're not walking alone. God is lighting the way, opening doors, and moving mountains you can't even see yet. Your life is about to become a living proof of his power, a story that others will look to and say, "If God did it for them, he can do it for me." That's the legacy of a chosen one, a life that points others to him. Right now, God is asking you to pay attention to the small things, the details you might overlook, the kind word, the unexpected opportunity, the quiet moment of peace are his way of guiding you. Don't dismiss them. They're part of his plan, pieces of a puzzle that's coming together to reveal a picture of abundance, purpose, and joy. Trust the process, even when it feels slow. God's timing is perfect, and he's never late. You're not just another person in the crowd. You're a chosen one, handpicked by God for a mission that only you can fulfill. That's why he's trying to get your attention, because the world needs your light, your voice, your faith. You're not here to blend in. You're here to stand out, to shine, to show what's possible when you trust in him. Matthew 5:16 says, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." That's your calling. This urgent update is a reminder that God's plan for you is unfolding right now. You don't have to chase it or force it. He's already working. Your job is to listen, to trust, to take the next step. He's calling you to a life of impact, where your faith becomes a bridge for others to find him. Every choice you make, every act of courage, every moment of trust, it's all part of his bigger plan. If you're feeling the weight of this message, if you know God is speaking to you, declare it. Comment 777 below to claim this moment, to say, "I'm ready, God. I'm listening." Your faith is a signal to the heavens, a declaration that you're stepping into his purpose. And if you're moved to help this message reach others, consider supporting through super thanks. Your generosity keeps this light shining for those who need it most. Now, let's talk about what it looks like to live in this divine moment. It's not about perfection, it's about presence. God isn't asking you to have it all together. He's asking you to show up, to bring your heart, your faith, your willingness. When you do, he takes care of the rest. Look at David, a shepherd boy who faced a giant with nothing but a sling and a stone. 1 Samuel 17:45 says, David said to the Philistine, "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." That's the kind of faith God is calling you to, a faith that doesn't need to match the world's strength because it's backed by His. Your life is a battlefield, but not in the way you might think. It's not about fighting against others. It's about standing firm in who God made you to be. Every time you choose faith over fear, trust over doubt, love over hate, you're winning. You're proving that God's power in you is greater than anything the world can throw at you. That's why He's trying to get your attention, because you're ready to step into this victory. The world might tell you to hustle, to strive, to earn your place. But God's message is different. He's saying, rest in me, trust in me. I've already prepared the way. Your abundance, whether it's financial, emotional, or spiritual, doesn't come from your effort alone. It comes from aligning with His will, from saying yes to His call. When you do, the floodgates open, and blessings flow in ways you never imagined. Think about the woman at the well in John 4. She came for water, but Jesus gave her something far greater, a revelation of who she was and who He was. That encounter changed her life, and she became a voice for others, sharing the truth she'd found. That's what God is doing with you. He's meeting you where you are, offering you living water, and calling you to share it with the world. Your story, your faith, your journey. It's not just for you. It's for everyone you'll inspire. This urgent update is about stepping into your role as a chosen one. It's about recognizing that God's attention is on you because you're ready to carry His light. You're ready to walk through the doors He's opening, to embrace the blessings He's pouring out, to live a life that glorifies Him. The world is waiting for you to answer this call, to show what's possible when you trust in His plan. Every moment you spend listening to His voice, every step you take in faith, is a step toward a life of purpose and power. You're not just surviving, you're thriving, because God is with you. He's guiding you, protecting you, providing for you. His attention is on you, chosen one, because you're His masterpiece, created for such a time as this. Esther 4:14 says, "And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this?" This is your time. This is your moment. God's message is urgent because the world needs you now. Your light, your faith, your courage. They're not just for you. They're for everyone who's watching, everyone who's struggling, everyone who needs to see that God is real and His promises are true. When you step into His call, you become a living testimony, a proof that He's still working miracles, still opening doors, still changing lives. So what's next? It's simple. Listen, pay attention to the signs, the whispers, the moments that feel too perfect to be chance. God is speaking, and He's calling you to act, to trust, to move forward. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to say, "Here I am, Lord. I'm ready." When you do, He'll take you places you never dreamed, give you strength you didn't know you had, and fill your life with a joy that can't be shaken. Your life is about to change, chosen one, not because of what you do, but because of what God is doing through you. He's trying to get your attention because the time is now. The doors are opening. The blessings are coming. The purpose you've been searching for is right in front of you. All you have to do is say yes and step forward. God's got you, and He's never letting go. Chosen ones, God's urgent call is still ringing in your spirit. pulling you toward a destiny that's been written just for you. This isn't about chasing fleeting dreams or temporary wins. It's about stepping into a divine rhythm, a flow where every move you make aligns with His perfect plan. You've felt it, haven't you? That sense that something bigger is waiting, that the ordinary life you've known can't contain the extraordinary purpose God has placed within you. He's trying to get your attention because you're not meant to stay where you are, you're meant to soar. Right now, God is rearranging the pieces of your life, moving things you can't see to set you up for what's next. Think of a chessboard where every move is calculated, every piece positioned for victory. That's what He's doing for you. The delays, the closed doors, the moments of waiting, they're not setbacks. They're strategic pauses, God's way of preparing the board for your next move. Trust that He sees the whole game, and He's positioning you for a checkmate that will leave the world in awe of His power in you. Consider Noah in Genesis 6. God gave him a task that seemed impossible. Build an ark in the middle of dry land, with no rain in sight. People mocked him, doubted him, called him crazy, but Noah listened to God's voice, trusted His plan, and moved forward step by step. That's what God is asking of you now. He's giving you instructions that might not make sense to others, that might even seem foolish to the world. But when you follow His voice, you're building something eternal, something that will stand when the storms come. This call isn't about comfort, it's about courage. God's attention is on you because He knows you're ready to step out of your comfort zone, to take risks that others won't, to trust Him when the path isn't clear. You're not here to play it safe. You're here to walk in faith, to build arks in the desert, to believe in promises that haven't yet appeared. Hebrews 11:1 says, "Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see." That's your power, chosen one, believing in what's coming because you trust the one who promised it. Your journey is unique because you see what others miss. Where they see problems, you see possibilities. Where they see dead ends, you see divine detours. That's why God is pressing in, urging you to notice the signs He's placing in your path. Maybe it's a moment of clarity in prayer, a connection with someone who sparks a new idea, or a door that opens just when you thought all hope was lost. These are God's invitations, His way of saying, "Keep going, I'm right here." Let's pause for a moment to acknowledge the power of this community. Your presence here, your faith, your willingness to listen, it's inspiring others in ways you may not even realize. If this message is moving you, consider supporting this work through Super Thanks. Your generosity helps carry this truth to more souls who need to hear it, and it's a blessing to this mission. Now, let's dive back in, because God's call is urgent, and there's more He wants you to know. Imagine your life as a garden. Right now, God is the gardener, tending to every detail, pulling weeds, planting new seeds, and preparing the soil for a harvest you can't yet imagine. The weeds, those doubts, fears, or old habits, are being removed, not to punish you, but to make room for growth. The seeds He's planting are promises, opportunities, and blessings that will bloom in His perfect timing. Your job is to trust the gardener, to let Him work, to believe that every cut and every change is for your good. Look at Ruth in the book of Ruth. She left everything familiar, her home, her people, her security, to follow a God she barely knew. Yet, in her obedience, God led her to a field where she found favor, provision, and a future she never could have planned. That's what God is doing for you. He's leading you to fields of favor, places where His provision is waiting. You don't have to force it or figure it out, just follow His voice, one step at a time. This urgent update is about recognizing that God's attention is personal. He's not calling a crowd, He's calling you. Your name is on his heart, your story is in his hands, and your future is in his plans. When you feel alone, when the world feels heavy, remember this: God sees you. He knows every struggle, every dream, every prayer. And he's working, even now, to bring you into a season where his goodness overflows. What sets you apart, chosen one, is your heart. You've always had a hunger for more, not for wealth or fame, but for purpose, for truth, for a life that matters. That's why God is speaking so clearly now, why his voice is cutting through the noise. He's calling you to rise above the distractions, to focus on what's eternal. Colossians 3:2 says, "Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things." That's your invitation to lift your eyes, to see the bigger picture, to trust that God's plan is worth pursuing. Every trial you've faced has been a classroom, teaching you lessons that others might never learn. You've learned resilience from pain, wisdom from mistakes, and faith from uncertainty. Those lessons weren't wasted, they were preparation. God has been training you, equipping you, shaping you into someone who can carry his purpose with strength and grace. Now, he's saying, it's time. Step into what I've prepared for you. Your life is a story, and God is the author. Every chapter, every twist, every moment of triumph or struggle, it's all part of his narrative. Right now, you're in a pivotal chapter where the plot is thickening and the stakes are higher than ever. But don't fear the tension. Embrace it. This is where the story gets good, where the hero rises, where God's power shines through. Romans 8:28 says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." That's you, chosen one, called, chosen and destined for good. God's urgent call is about action. He's not asking you to sit and wait forever. He's asking you to move. Maybe it's a small step, like saying yes to a new opportunity. Maybe it's a bold leap, like leaving behind something that's holding you back. Whatever it is, trust that God is with you, guiding you, providing for you. Your faith is the key that unlocks the doors he's opening. Without faith, those doors stay closed. With faith, they swing wide open. Think of Peter walking on water in Matthew 14. He saw Jesus, heard his call, and stepped out of the boat. The waves were crashing, the wind was howling, but Peter moved anyway. That's what God is asking of you, to step out, to trust him, even when the world says it's impossible. You don't need to know how you'll walk on water. You just need to know that he's calling you, and he'll keep you from sinking. This moment is about claiming your place in God's plan. You're not an accident or an afterthought. You're a divine appointment. God has been orchestrating your life, aligning people, places, and opportunities to bring you to this point. Every choice you make now, every act of faith, is a step toward the life he's promised. You're not just walking, you're building, creating a legacy that will outlive you, a testimony that will inspire generations. Your strength comes from knowing who you are in him. You're not defined by your mistakes, your doubts, or the opinions of others. You're defined by his love, his call, his purpose. When you anchor yourself in that truth, nothing can shake you. Psalm 16:8 says, "I keep my eyes always on the Lord. With him at my right hand I will not be shaken." That's your promise, chosen one, a life unshaken, because God is with you. God's attention is on you because you're ready to carry something bigger. He's not just giving you blessings for your own sake. He's entrusting you with a mission to bless others. Your life is a ripple effect, touching people you may never meet, changing lives in ways you can't imagine. When you answer his call, You're not just transforming your own future, you're transforming the world around you. Right now, God is inviting you to dream bigger, not the world's dreams of wealth or status, but his dreams of impact, love, and purpose. What would your life look like if you believed every promise he's made? What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? God is urging you to ask those questions, to let go of limits, to trust that he's bigger than your fears. Ephesians 3:20 says, "Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to his power that is at work within us." That power is in you, chosen one, and it's ready to move. Your next step might feel daunting, but it's not about having all the answers. It's about trusting the one who does. God's call is urgent because the time is now. Your season of breakthrough, of purpose, of impact is unfolding. Don't wait for permission or perfection. Step forward in faith, knowing that he's already prepared the way. You're his chosen one, and he's trying to get your attention because your moment has arrived. Chosen ones, God's urgent call is burning brighter in your spirit, a divine signal that you're standing on the edge of something monumental. This isn't just a moment, it's a divine appointment, a sacred shift where heaven is aligning every detail of your life for a purpose you're only beginning to grasp. You feel it, don't you? That pull, that fire in your chest that says you're meant for more, that God is moving mountains to get your attention. He's not whispering now, he's speaking clearly, guiding you toward a future where his promises become your reality. Your life is like a tapestry, woven with threads of trials, triumphs, and quiet moments of faith. Every experience, every tear, every victory has been a stitch in God's design, creating a masterpiece that's uniquely yours. Right now, he's pulling back the curtain, showing you the beauty of what he's been crafting. The struggles you thought were meaningless, they were threads of strength. The moments of doubt, they were lessons in trust. God is saying, "Look at what I've done with you. Now, trust me to finish the work." Think of Abraham in Genesis 12, called to leave everything he knew for a land God would show him. He didn't have a map or a timeline, just a promise. Yet he went, step by step, trusting God's voice. That's what God is asking of you now, to move forward, even when the destination isn't clear. You don't need to see the whole path, you just need to trust the one who's leading you. His call is urgent because your next step is crucial, a pivot point that will change the course of your story. This isn't about striving for perfection or proving yourself. God's attention is on you because he sees who you already are, his chosen one, marked for a purpose that sets you apart. You've always felt different, haven't you? Like you don't quite fit the world's mold. That's because you were never meant to. You were created for a divine rhythm, a cadence that moves to God's heartbeat. Right now, he's inviting you to step into that rhythm, to trust his timing, to let his voice guide your every move. Your faith is your compass, pointing you toward a future that's bigger than your imagination. When the world feels chaotic, when doubts creep in, that compass keeps you steady. Psalm 32:8 says, "I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you." God's eye is on you, chosen one, watching, guiding, protecting. His call is urgent because he knows you're ready to follow that compass, to walk boldly into the unknown, trusting that he's already there. Let's take a moment to honor this community of faith. Your presence here, your heart open to God's voice, is a light to others. If this message is stirring your soul, consider supporting this work through Super Thanks. Your generosity helps spread this truth to those who need it most, and it's a blessing to this mission. Now, let's press forward, because God's call is urgent, and there's more He wants to show you. Picture your life as a symphony, with God as the conductor. Every note, every pause, every crescendo has been carefully orchestrated. The moments that felt like discord, the struggles, the losses were part of the melody, shaping you into someone who can carry a song of hope. Right now, God is raising the baton, calling you to play your part. You don't need to know the whole score. You just need to trust the conductor and let your faith be the music that fills the air. Look at Deborah in Judges 4, a prophetess who led with wisdom and courage. She didn't wait for permission or a perfect plan. When God called, she answered, leading her people to victory against impossible odds. That's the kind of faith God is calling you to now. A faith that doesn't hesitate, that doesn't shrink back. He's asking you to lead, to step up, to trust that His power in you is enough to overcome any challenge. This urgent call is about awakening to your role in God's story. You're not just a character, you're a catalyst, someone whose faith sparks change in others. When you answer God's call, you're not just transforming your own life, you're lighting a fire that spreads, inspiring those around you to seek Him, to trust Him, to believe in His promises. Your life becomes a living invitation, a proof that God is still moving, still working, still calling His people to greatness. What makes you a chosen one is your ability to see beyond the surface, to hear God's voice in the chaos, to trust Him when others would give up. You've always had a spark of divinity, a connection to something greater. That's why God is pressing in now, urging you to pay attention. He's not asking you to be perfect. He's asking you to be present, to listen, to let His voice guide you through the noise of the world. Your journey has been a forge, shaping you through heat and pressure into something unbreakable. Every trial has been a hammer strike, crafting you into a vessel for God's purpose. Now He's saying, you're ready. The fire didn't destroy you, it refined you. The pressure didn't crush you, it strengthened you. Isaiah 48:10 says, "See, I have refined you, though not as silver. I have tested you in the furnace of affliction." That furnace was your preparation, and now God is calling you to step out, shining with His glory. This moment is about claiming your divine identity. You're not just a person with dreams or struggles. You're a chosen one, hand-picked by God for a mission that's yours alone. The world might try to define you by your past, your mistakes, or your limitations, but God defines you by His love, His purpose, His promises. When you embrace that identity, everything changes. You walk taller, speak bolder, love deeper, because you know who you are in Him. God's call is urgent because the world needs you now. Your faith, your courage, your light, they're not just for you. They're for everyone who's watching, everyone who's lost hope, everyone who needs to see that God is real. When you step into His plan, you become a beacon, a proof that His promises never fail. Matthew 5:14 says, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden." That's you, chosen one, a light that can't be dimmed, a city that can't be hidden. Your next step isn't about having all the answers. It's about trusting the one who does. God is calling you to move, to act, to believe that He's already working behind the scenes. Maybe it's a conversation you need to have, a risk you need to take, a prayer you need to pray. Whatever it is, do it with the confidence that God is with you, guiding you, opening doors you can't yet see. Your faith is the key that unlocks His plan, and He's urging you to turn that key now. Think of Daniel in the lion's den. He didn't know how God would deliver him, but he trusted anyway. Daniel 6:22 says, "My God sent his angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions." That's the kind of God you serve, one who shuts the mouths of lions, who makes a way where there seems to be none. His call is urgent because he's ready to shut the mouths of your lions, to silence your fears, to lead you into a season of victory. Your life is a bridge, connecting others to God's truth. Every step you take in faith, every moment you choose to trust, builds that bridge stronger. You're not just walking for yourself, you're paving the way for others to follow. Your story, your resilience, your unwavering belief in God's promises, it's a testimony that will inspire generations. That's why his call is so urgent. The world needs your light, and God is saying, now is the time to shine. God's attention is on you because he knows what you're capable of. He sees the strength in you that you might not see in yourself. He sees the impact you're destined to make, the lives you're meant to touch, the legacy you're meant to leave. Right now, he's calling you to step into that potential, to trust that his vision for you is bigger than your own. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." That's his promise to you. A straight path, a clear purpose, a life of impact. Your faith is a seed planted in the soil of God's promises. Every prayer, every act of trust, every moment of obedience waters that seed. Right now, God is tending it, bringing it to life, preparing it to grow into something that will bear fruit for generations. Don't underestimate the power of that seed. It may seem small now, but with God's hand, it will become a tree of life, offering shade and shelter to those who need it most. His call is urgent because your seed is ready to grow and the harvest is waiting. Chosen ones, God's urgent call is a fire in your soul, a divine spark that's igniting something unstoppable within you. This isn't just a fleeting moment, it's a divine summons, a moment where the Creator is reaching across time and space to pull you into a purpose that's been yours since the beginning. You feel it, don't you? That restless energy, that sense that you're on the cusp of something life-changing. God is trying to get your attention because he's ready to unveil the next chapter of your story, one written with his hand and sealed with his promise. Your life is like a mosaic, each piece a moment of struggle, faith, or triumph, carefully placed by God to form a picture of divine beauty. The broken pieces, the times you felt lost, the moments you questioned your path, aren't flaws. They're the colors that make your story vibrant, the fragments that show God's grace at work. Right now, he's arranging those pieces, revealing a masterpiece that's been forming all along. He's calling you to see it, to trust that every moment has been part of his plan to make you shine. Consider Jonah, swallowed by the whale in Jonah 2. He ran from God's call, thinking he could escape his purpose. But even in the belly of the beast, God's voice found him, redirecting him to Nineveh. That's how relentless God's call is for you. No matter where you've been, no matter how far you think you've strayed, he's still speaking, still guiding, still pulling you back to the path he's set. His call is urgent because your purpose can't wait. It's time to step into the mission he's prepared for you. This isn't about chasing worldly success or fitting into someone else's idea of greatness. God's attention is on you because he sees the unique light you carry, a light meant to pierce the darkness around you. You've always known you were different, haven't you? Not in a way that separates you, but in a way that sets you apart for something holy. Right now, he's urging you to embrace that difference, to let your light shine without fear, to trust that it's his power glowing through you. Your heart is a receiver, tuned to God's frequency. That's why you feel his call so strongly, why his voice cuts through the noise of the world. Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." In the stillness, you hear him guiding, comforting, directing. This urgent call is an invitation to pause, to listen, to let his voice drown out the doubts and distractions. When you do, you'll find clarity, a roadmap for the next step, a promise that he's with you every moment. Your journey is a pilgrimage, each step a sacred act of trust. The road hasn't always been easy. There have been valleys, storms, moments when you wondered if you'd make it. But those moments weren't meant to stop you. They were meant to shape you. Every challenge has been a milestone, marking your growth into the chosen one God always knew you could be. Now, he's saying, keep walking. I'm leading you to a place of promise. Think of Mary, the mother of Jesus, in Luke 1, a young woman, ordinary by the world's standards, yet chosen for an extraordinary purpose. When the angel spoke, she didn't demand answers or proof. She said, "I am the Lord's servant. May your word to me be fulfilled." That's the faith God is calling you to. Now a faith that says yes, even when the details aren't clear. His call is urgent because your yes is the key to unlocking the miracles he's prepared. This moment is about stepping into your divine authority. You're not just a bystander in God's plan, you're a co-creator, entrusted with a role that carries eternal weight. When you trust his voice, when you move in faith, you're partnering with him to bring his kingdom to earth. Your prayers, your actions, your courage, they're building something that will outlast you, something that will touch lives you may never meet. God's attention is on you because he knows your potential. You're not defined by your past mistakes or the limits others have placed on you. You're defined by his vision, his love, his purpose. Right now, he's calling you to rise above the noise, to let go of the chains that have held you back, to walk boldly into the future he's designed. Isaiah 40:31 says, "Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles." That's you, chosen one, ready to soar, ready to fly. Your life is a lighthouse, standing firm in the storm, guiding others to safety. Every time you choose faith over fear, every time you trust God's voice, your light grows brighter. You're not just shining for yourself, you're a beacon for those lost in the dark, a sign that God is real, that his promises are true. His call is urgent because the world needs your light now more than ever. Imagine your faith as a riverbed, carved deep by years of trusting, waiting, believing. Now, God is ready to fill that riverbed with his blessings, to let his abundance flow through you. Your job isn't to dig the river, it's to let the water flow. Trust him, let go of control, and watch how his provision overflows, touching every part of your life and spilling over to those around you. Look at Gideon in Judges 6. He thought he was the least, the weakest, the most unlikely. Yet God called him a mighty warrior, giving him a mission that seemed impossible. With just 300 men, he defeated an army because God's power was enough. That's what God is saying to you. You don't need to be the strongest or the most qualified. You just need to be willing, because his power in you is more than enough. This urgent call is about recognizing your place in God's kingdom. You're not here by accident, you're here by design. Every gift, every talent, every dream in your heart was placed there by God for a reason. He's calling you to use them, to step out in faith, to trust that he'll multiply what you offer. Your small steps of obedience will lead to big waves of impact, because God is the one working through you. Your story is a testament, written in the language of faith. Every chapter, every moment of struggle, Every leap of courage points to God's faithfulness. Right now, He's writing a new chapter, one where you step into the fullness of His plan. Don't be afraid of the blank pages ahead. Trust the author, because He's never written a story that ends in defeat. Your life is proof that His promises never fail. God's call is urgent because time is moving, and your purpose is unfolding now. The world might tell you to wait, to play it safe, to doubt your readiness, but God says, now is the time. He's not looking for perfection. He's looking for faith, for a heart that says, I trust you. When you move in, that trust, doors open, chains break, and miracles happen. You're His chosen one, and He's ready to move through you. Your life is a seed planted in eternity, meant to grow into something that bears fruit forever. Every act of faith, every moment of trust, is a root digging deeper, anchoring you in God's purpose. Right now, He's watering that seed, calling you to grow, to stretch toward His light. Don't shrink back. Let His call pull you upward, toward a life that glorifies Him and blesses the world. Chosen ones, God's urgent call is a pulse in your spirit, a divine rhythm that's drawing you closer to the purpose. He's woven into your very being. This isn't just a moment, it's a sacred turning point, where heaven is aligning every detail to propel you into a destiny that's been yours since before time began. You feel it, don't you? That quiet certainty, that spark of knowing that God is moving, speaking, guiding you towards something extraordinary. He's trying to get your attention because you're not meant to linger. You're meant to leap into the life He's prepared. Your life is like a canvas stretched across the frame of God's promises. Every brushstroke, every trial, every joy, every moment of faith has been placed with intention, creating a picture only He could design. The moments that felt chaotic, the seasons of waiting, the times you wondered why, they're all part of the art He's crafting. Right now, He's adding new colors, bold strokes that reveal the beauty of His plan. He's calling you to trust the process, to see the masterpiece emerging from what once seemed like scattered lines. Think of Nehemiah in Nehemiah 2, standing before a king with a vision to rebuild a broken city. He had no guarantee of success, no clear path forward, just a burden in his heart and a trust in God's call. Yet he spoke, he acted, and God made a way. That's what God is asking of you now, to carry the vision He's given you, to speak it, to build it, even when the world says it's impossible. His call is urgent because your vision is ready to take shape, and He's clearing the way for you. This isn't about chasing approval or measuring up to the world's standards. God's attention is on you because He sees the fire He placed in your soul, a fire that burns for His purpose. You've always sensed you were meant for something bigger, haven't you? A calling that doesn't fit neatly into the boxes others try to put you in. That's God stirring you to break free, to embrace the unique path He's set before you. He's urging you to step out, to trust that His plan is worth the risk.